So this is actually on the pre-patch. We're coaching a subscriber once again. This time's going to be a pre-patch. It's not rank play, but it's basically CMG8. Exactly the same thing as rank play. Going through the gameplay, seeing what we can work with. Okay, mouse and keyboard. It's always weird watching mouse and keyboard because the POVs are just completely different. But let's see what we're working with. What gun are we using there? This looks insane. This is the MW. It looks really weird. I don't know.
Is that a camo?
Bro, it looks. I don't know what is that motion, but it looks like you're playing campaign. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I can't tell the difference. It just something seems different right now. Maybe it's like the motion. But I have no idea. It doesn't matter, anyways. Going through. So
motion blur's turned off.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It just looks really different. But anyways, going through. Starting off, good start. Again, you go through. You take out the first guy. So you know what you're doing in terms of picking up the most important cut, which I think is a good play. Going through the top. Kind of watching this left alleyway, and all it comes down to is just holding and watching power positions. Okay, so you're going through, you're isolating this opponent. Now looking at the mini map, there's a few gaps in your setup. So the first issue, not issue, but the first thing I would be wary of if I was you is the potential pinch through red. Now before we continue, I just want to make sure everyone knows this is pre-patch, so the P4 and P5 are going to be the old ones. Doesn't make too much of a difference to spawn, so it's absolutely fine. But yeah, the first thing I noticed is you get the first kill. Now, I'm worried that somebody could be pushing through red. So me personally, when I play SMG on this map, I like to go top red through here. I like to go up the ladder. I like to cut in. So by the time you get the kill, I think I'll be around here. So what do you think about this so far? Does that make sense why somebody could potentially be in red?
Well, you'll see what I attempt to do next.
Yeah.
However, I failed, and you can hear me saying I'm trolling right after.
I'm guessing you're gonna jump into the red. Yeah. Okay.
I hear, yeah. See, but I missed, and
so,
I usually don't miss.
So one thing I would say though is the equipment. I'm curious to see what the equipment usage is. So right now, if your teammate Twiz didn't die there, if your teammate wasn't there, would you still have looked at red? That's my question. If the answer is yes, then it's fine. The point is, I think it's as long as you're aware there's a possibility of somebody being in red, I think that's the main focus, okay? So because you did it, it's fine. In terms of this is just a mechanical failure. It happens. It's not the end of the world. Again, how do you recover from this? Let's see. So I was going to say, one thing I would love from you to do is switch to your Renetti in these close combat gunfights. I'm happy with this. It's good. This is where there's a bit of a problem. When you're going from P1 to P2, you want to actually remember the bigger picture. When you're in P1, right, there's two things you're focusing on. The first thing you're focusing on is the hard point itself, okay? Pretty obvious, you focus on the hard point. But the second thing, and as the time goes down, this becomes more of a priority. So at 50 seconds left of P1, you're not worried about spawns. As the hard point goes down, so as it goes from 40, 30, 20, the priority of spawns go up, okay? So this is your spawns, and this is your hard point, okay? So as the hard point time goes down, the priority of spawns go up. So right now, if we look at the minimap, with 35 seconds left, you're actually pushing through and going for the wrong spawns there. This is an issue. So what you're doing now is you're going through, this guy's dead, whatever. They're spawning back here, right? Where's your teammates? Your teammates are they're kind of scrambled around P1. What you don't want to do is, by the time you get to the back here, it's going to be, what, 25 seconds? You really don't want to be here with 25 seconds. You really don't. Because if you kill the enemy team, let's say best case scenario, you get a 4-piece, right? Where do you think they're going to spawn?
Oh, wait, if we're pushed up like that?
Well, you specifically. It's not if, this is what's happening right now. Yeah.
Oh, I'm spawned all the way back?
So let's play out and see what you're doing. So literally what you're doing is what I've painted, okay? And this is what I said to you. Remember with the minimap, we're going to pause it and we'll paint pictures of the minimap. So right now, this is you. You're number 1 and there's 25 seconds left here. The problem you have is if you get 4-piece here, they will spawn on P2. So you pushing out right now, you have to be very, very careful. You do not...
Yeah.
Yeah? The only time you push out like this is if... You know, I just wouldn't do it, to be honest. On this hill, specifically now, I probably wouldn't do it. Go through. I understand the pinch. I understand why you're doing it. It's just not the best play because you could give up spawns. Now, there's a chance you don't give up spawns here. The reason why is because none of their team are making the play. And this is the point. So this lobby, you said, is a bit of a mixture, right? Between silvers and platinums. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. If there was a diamond on the team... Sorry, go on.
No, you go ahead.
If there was a diamond on the team, for example, let's say number 3 is a diamond. He's like, you know what? I'm going to go for spawns, and he's over there. If you push out here, every single time his team dies, they're going to spawn on the new hill. You're giving them spawns for P2 simply by you pushing out here. Okay?
Gotcha.
So straight away, what you should be doing is thinking, right, how can I push out without giving them spawns? So instead of pinching right here, I think a better play would have been to wrap around, go to top red.
Right.
Now, in red, right, you have a lot of options. For me, red's the power spot because you can watch through this window here. You can watch the whole street. You can watch through the middle window. You can watch this whole cut. You can also watch through top red and cut down this room. The point is you have a lot of angles. You can also go through this window and watch out street. The point is you have a lot of intel, a lot of angles. You can help multiple people. The problem you have is pushing the flank. You may get the kills, but you risk spawning out. Now, I don't think you're going to spawn out here, like I said, because your team will, your opponents didn't push the spawns. But the point is we don't want to test it. We don't want to push at something with a chance of spawning out. Because if you get used to playing with that playstyle, there's going to be a time where you flip the spawns. Okay? So going forward, P1, pretty mixy. P2, this is where you guys can get a lot of time. Now, one thing I noticed was you went back towards the hill. And I'm interested by this. Why do you think you did that?
Can you play it back to exactly what you're talking about?
Sure. So when you were coming through this cut, right? Again, let's paint the picture. And let's see what the scenario is and what maybe you could have done differently. So where do you think the red team's going to be? So they've got the old hill. So tell me if you want me to move anyone. But I feel like they're going to be like, maybe like 2 coming through here. Maybe 1 coming through there. Something like that. You think that's okay?
Yeah, I would have put 2 around 5 or bottom red, or is it called elevator?
Bottom red?
So many people call it.
Or church?
I would have put 2.
Okay.
Yeah, bottom red.
Okay,
I would
that's
say
fine.
2 at least.
Okay, cool. Should we say it like that?
Maybe 1 mid alley.
Like there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. The point is they're all coming through like around here, right? So they're coming through around here. We don't know exactly, but we know they're coming around there. You got 1 teammate up the top here. You have 2 teammates on the hill. What you don't want to do right now is you don't want to suffocate. You don't want to sabotage your team. Basically, you're number 3 right now. If you were in a perfect spot right now, I would say, honestly, maybe like bottom church watching the front or like on a head glitch. The point is you don't really want to be isolated in the hill with your team. Okay? Because what happens is you put so much more pressure on this corner. You don't have anyone pushed out. If you watch any good team, when they get the kills, this number 3 might be in cafe like this. And what happens is,
I gotcha.
If somebody walks in and you kill him, he spawns further out. Now, let's say for argument's sake, right? He kills you here. You actually only spawn here. So by the time he comes out, you're ready for another gunfight. The point is you basically have 2 lives. The problem with stacking the hill is you guys have 1 line of defense. If you get breached here, if you get broken and you die, if he dies, he spawns out, that guy's already at the hill. That's why you want the gunfight to take place far away from the hill. Does that make sense? Are you happy with that explanation?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're
create that spread.
Exactly. Create that gap. Like create that second line of defense. You've got your nades here. You've got your equipment. First things first, I would say, they're coming from somewhere. Chuck your equipment. Eliminate some possibilities, okay? Now, me personally, I'll be trying to get into red right now. Trying to play around it. I just think going backwards here, you're kind of just naturally retreating. And this is a problem. Your only line of defense has now died. He's now dead. You're 4 versus 3. And you're all stuck in this area of the hill. Big problem. Big problem. You're all stuck in the hill. They could easily break it. Will they break it? We don't know. But the point is they could break it. There's 1. You guys get the kills. And again, the problem is against these lobbies, you might get away with it. But is it the best play? I don't think so. Right now, you stop the first wave of defense. I think personally, this is where you should push out. You stop the first wave, okay, you did a good job. But this is where you should push out and try to cut the power positions. Try to cut those lanes. So if you don't do it at the start for whatever reason, because maybe they'll put the pressure on you, that's okay. As soon as you get 3 down in the kill feed, you need to be pushing out here. Okay? Think about it. You have 4 people stuck in the hill, and they have 3 down. They're going to spawn back here, right?
All the way. Right, they're going to be
So
all the way in the back.
exactly. So
Gives you
those
some time to push
perfect,
forward.
spot on. So that 10-15 second period before he gets there, why not cut him off? And this is the best bit. I want you to think about this logically. If you're number 4, where are you? What are you going to be doing right now? You're going to be sprinting to the hill, sprinting, sprinting, sprinting. Potentially, you slow down around here. You might still be sprinting, right? The point is, you want to catch them on their sprint. So if you're prone on this corner here, you might catch someone in the sprint, and that's where you can get easy kills. That's where you kill the people. You cut the lanes off. This is what cutting the lane is. This is the lane they're pushing. This is where you cut it. You cut the lane, you watch the angle, and the best players will cut the lane. This is something Kleenex does really well. He'll play aggressive, he'll cut the lane, but he'll reposition. He'll make it hard to find. Someone like Hydra from last year. All these players, they do this the best. They cut the lane, they kill this player, and he spawns back out. The problem you're having is you're not putting any pressure on. And another thing is when he comes out of cafe, he's going to expect you. So he's going to be more ready for a gunfight. So not only do you have more likely chance of dying, you also have a harder gunfight because they're going to be pre-aiming you. Okay? If this was control, I would understand you're stacking the point. The thing in hardpoint is, look at it from a bird's eye view. It actually looks like you guys are stacking the hill for a purpose, but you only get 1 second per second. It's not like you get 3 for 3 people, right?
Right.
So there's not really any advantage to stacking the hill. There's actually a disadvantage because all the pressure comes on you. And this is a problem with lower end lobbies. It looks right now like you guys have complete control because you do. But the problem is against better players, it won't work. Now this is interesting. You actually do what I want you to do, but way too late.
Right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, what were you going to say?
I hesitated. Like I was like, "Am I too?"
That's a good word to use there.
I don't have enough time. You know? Like it's like I don't have enough time. So
yeah, I think what you said is spot on. Hesitate. Even the way you approach this gunfight, right? I think the way you could have simplified it was, you are worried about the window, so you have the knowledge. It's just how are you going about it? So you're clearly worried he might push the window, clearly, because you're pre-aiming it. So what I would say is right now, slide cancel. Every time you slide cancel, just have your centering there. So you're getting closer to the objective. You're getting closer to where you want to be. So this is what you should do. Let's say this pen is a slide. Slide cancel here. Center in this wall. Slide cancel. Jump across. So even if he jumps there, you are slide cancel. You're centered onto him. Because look at this right now. You're running. You're not sliding. You're not slide cancelling. You're in tack sprint. And he's able to get a free kill on you. Okay? So rather, you should have been slide cancelling, ready for the gunfight. And what I find interesting is, if we look at the kill cam, look at this. He had his gun up right here. Earlier on I said to you, if you were positioned in this P5 window, he would be running at you. And this is exactly why you need to cut lanes and push out. Right now, you're going to be catching the enemy in the sprint. So if you pushed out this lane, you would have been pre-aiming him. He has his gun up, it'll be a free kill. Instead, he's able to go through, he's able to kill you, because he's expecting a gunfight here. He wasn't expecting a gunfight before. He was only expecting it once he pushes through. He wasn't expecting it there, but he was expecting it here. And that's why you need to cut the lanes to get more kills. Happy? Do you see what I mean, though? I spoke about that before, right? And that's exactly what happened. He pushed through.
No, I agree.
Yeah? Perfect. All right. Good stuff. You're rotating. I like this route. I love the route from you. You go in top third. You're worried about the new hill. Perfect. Let's see how you break this one. Trophy system, I think it's a really good use here to chuck it down. I think right now
there's audio right now that made me
made you what?
Because I don't hear any audio.
Okay. But even if you had zero audio right now, you're in a fantastic position. You are watching over the hill. Now logically, there should be one of them around the hill. What you did now, it just shouldn't happen. You should be waiting for your teammates to get on the hill. You right now, as the player on top of the map, you as the player on top third, you're sitting up here. You should be watching over this area, watching over junk. You should not, under any circumstances, just jump down on the hill without information, okay? Because the player might not be on your left. He could be on your right. He could be coming out of junk. The point is, you don't need to get on the hill just now. And the funny thing is, there's still 6 seconds of the old hill. So as a 3 right now, you guys are fighting against them for the map control. So jumping out right now seems like a suicide. Like you're just jumping into a gunfight when you have no clue where they're going to be. Yeah? Now, although you died there, they could have killed you from anywhere else. There's a multiple angles. And the funny thing is, your teammate was going to get the trade. So why not wait? Why not be patient here? Think, right, I've got 5 seconds. I've got 3 pieces of equipment. Why not chuck a trophy, stun that area, nade it? Do you know what I mean? Just be more patient, wait for your team, and then go through. The funny thing is, you guys still ended up breaking it, which is fine. But now it's about minimap control. If we go through on this hard point, we're going to make you the red team just to make it a bit easier. Even what you do now, I'm very curious to see. So if I'm looking at the minimap right now, and I'm you, this is what I'm thinking. I see Quake go to the middle. Now let's just pretend that you have no comms, even though you guys are in a call right now. Is that right? You guys have comms?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. I'm going to assume this is solo queue for you and you have no comms. This is your teammate's setup right now. Now, what do you think, number 4, if you were me or you were like, you know, watching yourself, where would you say is the best place for you to go?
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait. I'm in the back, and you're asking where the best place
Let's just say you're starting. You're spawned here. Like, where would you want number 4 to be? This is your setup for P3. You're the red team. The blue team, we don't know where they're coming from just yet. They might be coming from wherever. The point is, where do you want number 4 to be? Like, what do you think's missing from this setup? Would you say?
Junkyard's not being covered.
I think that's perfect. Junkyard's not being covered. Now, how can you be most impactful? I would say sit on this car, watch Junkyard. If you need to, you can also help your teammates on the left, okay? So the point is this. Like you said, Junkyard is empty. The problem looks like you're potentially giving up. I've not played it yet. I'm guessing that you're going to give up Junkyard, help them out, and there's chances is you could get flanked here. Let's play it out. Okay? So you said it with me. Junkyard was a great spot. But instead, you're watching this area, and you've completely left open this area. Now, on the minimap, for me, this is your responsibility because you spawned here. You spawned here. You might be thinking it's safe, but chances are he could easily be coming in through here. Okay? It's all a timing thing right now. You just want to be able to catch this guy off guard. So if I was you, I would have sat on this head glitch and just watched over multiple lanes. Okay? Instead, it looks like you're helping a team, but you're really, really missing the flank here. Let's play it out. Again, you're watching the same thing as your teammate, right? So now your teammate's watching mid. You're just helping him, which is fine if somebody had the right. But the problem is this. What if somebody's behind you? We have no information here. So you're going through, and in fact, you're actually pushing mid now. So instead of holding junk, you've actually gone through, you've overtaken your teammates, you've completely lost control of the right-hand side, and you've pushed through. And now let's look at the minimap, okay? This is really important. Look at the minimap. You see the red dot right there? That is that number 3 that we just spoke about. Your number 1 didn't react quick enough because in his head, he was holding mid. He expected you to hold junk. His brain didn't function fast enough. He wasn't able to turn around in time. He sneaks up on him and he's able to take him out. And that is a problem of the minimap and why we need to be more aware. You're watching middle. So what you've done is you've completely missed a spot. You've gone middle. Now, I guessed people would be middle. It looks like they didn't go middle. It looks like they just stacked 3 man on the right. So while they're pushing forward, you're holding an angle, which realistically no one is coming through. This is their setup right now. And this is why minimap awareness is so much more important. In an alternative world, if all you did was hold this head glitch, you end up killing number 3. He spawns out. Your teammate's holding middle. They know nobody's middle. Number 3 and number 2 are watching the left. And it's a lot easier because you can help them. Okay? All from one play. Happy with that?
Yep.
Yeah? You go through, you're going behind them, and you guys actually lose the hill. It's not gun skill. Gun skill's not the issue right now. It's kind of just the map awareness and just going, like, where are they coming from and just stuff like that. But what do you have to say about that? Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Perfect. 15 seconds left. It's an even game. You know what? At this point, let's just chalk it. Let's go new rotation. Good kill from you. Again, your shot's fine. You're absolutely fine with your mechanics. It's more about this. Now, one thing I would say is you can clean up the mechanics in terms of slide cancelling, but otherwise you're fine. Right now, you go into the hill. There's 2 possible areas it can come from. The top and the bottom. Your teammate's on top. He just dies. Remember what I said. The minimap paints pictures. Look at the minimap right now. That tells me somebody's going to come up top. Now, a big problem I feel like people have is people love sitting on the hill in scenarios like this. Now, for me personally, if I'm you, I don't care about the hill right now. I'm way more interested in getting top church control, because that's what's going to get me 50 seconds. Sitting in the hill right now, realistically, might get me 3 seconds. That's not good enough. I'm playing for the 50 seconds. So what I would have done exactly right now is I would have chucked my stun grenade in this door. That way, I understand, is anyone in that door? Yes or no? My stun hits, someone's there. My stun misses, no one's there. Let's move on. And I would have gone to the top and held the top control, buying time for my team to rotate around. Instead, you sit on the hill, you chuck a trophy, and now you're playing the impossible game. You're holding 2 angles at once. You're holding top, you're also holding bottom, and you can see it works out okay there. But again, there's definitely a chance it didn't work out okay. Your teammates go through, your teammates die, but it was good. At least you reacted and you went to the top. The point was we just need to be a little bit quicker, a little bit smoother, okay? Same thing right now. There's 3 angles to hold. There is 0 reason why you should be going on the hill right now. What I think you could have done is shut the door there or stayed up top. Top is so valuable right now. I think right now is a big misplay from you. Okay? I think right there you need to think of the bigger picture. My teammate's on the hill. What can I do to help him? Honestly, I can shut the door right now. I would shut that front door behind me. Just make it easier for him, okay? Instead, you let the pressure come on by. And right now, guess what? No one's on top. Remember what we said earlier? You had top control. It's just all about looking at the minimap and seeing what's kind of the effective spot. And guess what? He comes from top. And you were just there, remember? So it's just about sometimes holding your power positions. If you look at the kills, you're not like you're getting outslayed. Like, you're actually keeping up with the slaying. You've got 27 seconds. If you look on the scoreboard, you're not actually doing anything wrong. But the problem is, 2 hills in a row, you've given up the power position. I think that's a big factor. Can we keep the power position? Right there. He comes from your spot. He takes him out. They get 20 seconds. That's 20 seconds you could have got if you kind of just held that, okay?
So up top, would you say just like peak front door and the top corner room?
I think what you're doing here is fine. I think right now, this is honestly okay. You get this kill, right? You get this kill. I'm okay with you standing here. Like right now, your teammates in the hill. Like, I'm okay with you just staying up top there. If you want to come down, that's okay. But if you look where your teammate's spawning right there. Realistically, nobody is going to go through the back door to P4, is it? Oh, have they changed it already? Am I tweaking? Oh no, they haven't. So yeah, they have. Yeah. So realistically, your teammate is standing right here. Okay, your teammate is standing right there. If anybody was going to come through the back door, they would have either killed your teammate or something would have happened. So I think you're okay to watch the top or sit on the top and just watch the front door. The point was you just needed to be aware of the top. Even if you sit on the bottom to shut the door, right? You could have shut the door and watched the top. That would have been okay as well. Like, you could have sat in the corner and watched the top. The point was you just left the top, you sat on the hill, and now look, you kind of just, you're in the wrong corner for me. You've given up the top control. You could have sat on the right corner, had the door shut and watched the top. You know what I mean? Like, you're watching the front, but look, you've got a teammate also watching front behind you, and you've got that teammate on the front. You have 3 people watching front. Look at this. You're watching the same spot as your teammate. That's the problem. Look at Twiz. What's Twiz watching? The front door, right?
Yep.
And you're just like, Twiz, I got this. Don't worry about it, bro. So you go through and you're watching right where Twiz is. So look, that should have been you on the top, and that's kind of the logic there. So somebody just asked in the comment, what point is this? This is a pre-patch gameplay. So P4 and P5 are a little bit different, but the principles still apply. This was a little bit unfortunate. He comes behind you. I think, again, just look at the minimap and identifying the gap in the setup is a good way to look at it. But I will forgive you because your teammates look like they're behind you. So I guess from your angle, you didn't expect them to be there. So I'm going to forgive you there, okay?
Appreciate it.
I got you. I know you're ill as well, so I'm going to let you off for that one. You go through. Again, they're coming through the front. How can I make an impact? I don't mind you playing the hill. Trophy down. This is fine. I'm okay with this. Use your equipment. That's fine. Great. See what I mean? Like, you got a good shot on you. There's no reason why you should be in like the lower level lobbies. It's all down to the game awareness.
Yeah.
2 piece, you're going through. One thing I will say, honestly, the shot's fine. It's just more the smoothness with the mechanic. Now, in your defense, keyboard and mouse, I don't know how easy it is. I'm terrible at it, so I can't comment on it. But I would say is like we need to be working on the slide cancelling and just a bit more fluidity in the game. That's probably the one thing I would say. But look at that, like you're frying people like that. The shot's absolutely fine. Obviously, you're not going to use a UAV. I know everyone asking, this is a private lobby. This is the CMG8's lobby.
And I actually popped one. This is my first game ever.
This is, I would always say to not have a UAV on. Even if you're not going to use it, I would say just have like a chopper gunner on because you're very, very likely to use it by accident.
Yeah, I hit it by accident, like in the round somewhere. And someone's like, someone pop a UAV, and I'm like, man, it's me. It's me.
Yeah, that always that's the worst. Right now, you've got multiple angles to watch. What do you think you could do differently? It's a simple thing. I always speak about equipment usage. Equipment usage is just so important. Right now, if you're standing on this hill and you've got people coming from red, you've got people coming from mid alley, you've got mid cut, top, third, and behind you. There's 5 multiple angles, 5, 6 angles, right? Why not chuck a stun in red? Chuck a grenade there. Watch this alleyway, right? You can watch 3 angles at once for about 10 seconds. That's fine. That's all you need. Look at your teammates watching. Your teammates are all watching the left, so that narrows us down. We don't need to worry about that. My teammates behind me, don't worry about that. If I'm you, I'm worrying about red and mid alley. What am I doing? I'm chucking an equipment in both of them, and I'm holding my angle. Look what you're doing. You're watching over your teammate. They physically cannot kill you from here until they kill your teammate. Now I would worry about it, but guess what? You've missed the point. You've missed the angle that you're supposed to be watching, okay? Comes behind you, kills you. But can you see when we pause it, how we can use the minimap to identify the gaps? Now, what you need to be doing is thinking straight away. Right now, your brain should be thinking, right, teammates on the left, teammates on the left, my teammates spawn behind me. I'm not going to pre-aim my teammate because that's not going to do anything. Where is open? I can clearly see red's open. Let's turn around. Let's watch red from a better angle. There you go. Now, if you died from the left here, I would say it is one of those scenarios. It's a difficult hill by yourself. It's okay. But the fact that you died from red is a different problem, okay? It's not about dying. It's about, right now, look, you would have got that kill if you were pre-aiming him. That's the point. That's a kill you should have got because you should have been pre-aiming him. That's all it is. You go through, good stun from him. You're going to go through. You're going to get the kill. That's fine. Good 2-piece from you. I wouldn't expect you to get the kills here. It's a very mixy hill, but great stuff. You go through, you get the 2. I'm happy with that. Good stuff there. Again, the guys on the mid.
See, and then the hill hitting inside of me just jumped on that hill, and I maybe just should have held back a little bit.
I would say that, but honestly, it worked out in this scenario, so I can't even fault you for that. It did work out, but fair enough, man. Fair enough. So right now, you can see how far you spawn out. This is what I mean by spawns. Look where you spawn on this map. That is not an ideal spawn for P2, is it? Like, that is not a spawn you want all the way here, right? You want to be spawning back alley. So just going back to the first point of the game, that's why spawns are so important. Popping a UAV, not ideal. Not ideal in a competitive 8s lobby. Probably, probably hard to break down now that we can see them on the minimap. But we're gonna go. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Good shot there. I can't really pop the UAV. That is so funny. They're probably tweaking. But I guess it helps us identify where they're coming from, which we already knew. So again, right now, you've got the equipment. You've got... Now again, everyone watching at home, I'm sure, going to get comments saying, UAV's not allowed in rank play. I know. My boy forgot to turn it off, man. So right now, you know they're coming through back alley. You've got a stun and nade. Utilize your equipment usage. Right there, I would chuck a stun back alley. Right there, look at this. I would be chucking a stun right here. If you stun that back alley, there is no way they're pushing you. Yeah? That's stopping them for 10 seconds. Stun, nade, they're not pushing you, okay? And look at that. That is a lot of red time. You go through, this is fine. Now, a big problem. What do we have here? What do you think the problem is?
2 people on the point.
Perfect. Why is that a problem?
I could be watching another angle while he's holding the point, or vice versa.
I 100% agree to your reasoning and the point. And it's not even just about the angle. Okay, now 3. Oh, 2 wasn't enough. Well, let's get my boy Twiz. 2's not enough. The point is, you can watch multiple angles while being on the hill, but would you not rather have somebody, instead of being on the hill, would you not rather have number 3 and top third, like cutting them off over here, getting the kills here, than letting them be top third and having a free kill in you? It's just like, your first thought should be pushing out the map. Number 3, which was you should not be on the hill. You should be, right, let me get to top third. Let me stop them. Or let me sit here. Like, let me just be credible. Like, let me watch this whole chicken area. Okay? So that's your first thought process that you should be having. Because now, look, your team may end up dying there. But who knows? Maybe if he was there 5 seconds ago, maybe he gets away with it. You know what I mean? It's just about positioning right. How can I be there? Right now, natural cover. We spoke about this in our mechanic class. If I was you, I'm on the hill. There is 0.000 chance I'm standing out in the open. I'm behind the cover, proning, using my equipment and soaking that time. Okay? You don't need to challenge this right now. Look at where you are. When you have a desk on your left, why not be behind the desk and use it for cover? There is zero reason for you to challenge this. You see what I mean? That desk is a perfect piece of cover there for you. Buy your team some time. Let's see how this kill was. Now, imagine if you were behind that desk. He has to physically run at you to get the kill. And you're more likely to get some teammates helping you out than kind of just standing in the open. Like, it's an easy kill. And you're out the hill and now he goes through, okay? So now you're going for the left. And remember what I said to you earlier. The exact same thing that you should have done, they've now done to you. They have someone on this car pre-aiming this exact same angle that somebody killed your teammate from earlier. Do you remember what I'm referring to?
Yep.
First P3, right? Look at this. You get caught in the sprint. He kills you. That was what we wanted earlier from you. Exactly the same spot. He just showed you what you could have done. And now look, you spawn on the other side. It's a difficult hill to break. It's a difficult hill to break. But look, this is when I say gun skill is not a problem. Look at this gun skill from you. That's an insane shot. Okay? The gunfights you're losing are down to the positioning. Nothing to do with the gun skill. You just ripped both their heads off. So your shot is absolutely fine. It's the other side of the game that we need to tune. Okay? That's unlucky. I know keyboard and mouse close range. You might as well put your mouse down. I know it's a lot easier at long range. Again, I don't use the input myself, so it's hard to see, but that's a complaint I get a lot about close range. It's basically impossible.
I wish I could play with controller and have aim assist.
Yeah. Here we go. Another keyboard and mouse with aim assist. I think aim assist is broken, man. I think you should try it. It goes through.
I'll try it.
You try it? Oh no, stunning your team. Yeah, I mean, it looks smooth on mouse and keyboard though, in terms of like the shot. It looks easier to control the recoil. But I'm just personally not a fan of using the input. I prefer controller. Mini-map right now, very, very obvious. Your teammate dies at the front. Let's watch this. Your teammate dies at the front. Straight away, that tells me, okay, someone's at the front. Cool? Right now, you should notice that, okay, someone's at the front. I need to turn around. You kind of just wait there. Your teammate is literally watching the back. Okay? Your teammate's at top. Your other teammate's at the back. There is zero reason for you to be watching the back right now. Both your teammates are watching that. Okay? You should be shutting the door at the front. Would you agree with that?
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. You're watching the back.
Awareness.
Minimap awareness. Now, in game, yeah, sure, it makes sense. Oh, the back's... Right now, if you don't look at your minimap, if we covered it, okay, maybe I need to watch the back. But if we look at the minimap and we pause this image, it's very clear to say, no, watch the front. The front's important. Okay? So, again, more time lost. That's fine. You go through. Your teammates kind of get mixy. Gonna push in. The guy chows you. Mouse and keyboard. Oh, okay. You want it. Okay. Look at you. Who needs aim assist, eh? Who needs aim assist? Now you're spawning on the other side of the map. It's time to make a play. It's time to get mixy with it. So they're not actually in the hill right now. But remember, the funny thing is, I spoke about this exact same thing. When I spoke about P2, what did I say? You need to be cutting the lane. Look what he's done. He's cut the lane. You didn't expect this. He goes through. He gets a 3-piece. Now, this 4 guy can clearly play a bit. He clearly knows what he's doing a bit. Goes through, gets a kill. He's cutting the lanes, okay? And now, look, you spawn on the other side of the map.
By the way,
yeah, your thing was broken, right?
Yeah, for the viewers, like my computer crashed before it started, so I had to reset every keybind.
Oh, okay.
Every time I would spawn, it would chuck a grenade.
Yeah, that's tilty.
Almost every...
No, that's definitely annoying.
Round, it was chucking grenades, like...
Just frying it. I mean, you did use a UAV, so I guess it evened up. But right now, you can see multiple angles, okay? You're looking at the first guy. Guess what? The guy's on top. This is why you need to hold the hill from multiple angles. They're doing a good job isolating the angles. They take you out. Again, not your fault that you're chucking the nade. Your team managed to break the hill. You're doing a good job holding the angle. I think right here, again, it's just simply about, okay, I think he's coming through this alleyway, but I want to help my team. What can I do? Well, if I chuck a stun right there, it will buy me 3 seconds where I can push up. That is the formula I'll have in my head. I'll chuck a stun. Right there, I'll see him. I'll be behind cover. That's an easy kill. Okay? 10 seconds left. Right. Let's rotate. Let's set up in the new hard point. Now, you're by yourself. What do you think you should be doing based on the last P1?
Holding one corner? Like...
I'm okay with you move around, but it's the equipment, right?
Waiting for my... waiting for my team.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think there's a lot of things right
answer.
there. I was going to say the equipment. I was going to say right now, like, again, whoever's missing, just spam the equipment there. But even, like, your first answer's fine of, like, holding one angle. Like, I don't mind you just staying down right now. Like, look, you're kind of maneuvering around, and you're just out in the open. On this hill, the guy in red, if you give him a free kill, it's never ideal. You want to make him work for the kill. Right now, you didn't work for it. You just stood out the open. Look at this. That's a free kill. Yeah, you want to be kind of hiding on this hill. That's unfortunate. Your teammate didn't get the kill. Didn't get the kill there. Again, just no equipment usage. Okay, you want to be. That's so unlucky from your teammate not to get the cruise kill. To be honest with you. Oh, this was pre-patch actually. So yeah.
Instead of pushing to tag.
Yeah. Well, look, they might have a trophy there, but if you chuck your tacks, at least you wear them down. You know what I mean? Without chucking your tacks, you're not going to wear their trophies down, and then you're never going to break it. They need to have a perfect hill here. You're going to give it to them. That's fine. Rotating is fine here. You kind of have to. But again, map control. Your teammate dies on the right. What are you doing here? You need to be getting these kills. Let's see what you do. I'm okay with you sitting in the hill because your teammates are watching around. That's fine. Good kill. You open up the blood. There's a guy on your left. I really want you to play your life here. Right now, if I'm you, I'm proning. Because if you die here, it's going to be really bad. Look, you're just standing in the open. So right now, you're like, yeah, I'm invisible. Just going to reload. No. Stand on the floor. Go prone here. And just use your cover, okay?
Sure.
Again. Same thing. He can see you. You're out in the open. It's a free kill. Now you spawn all the way here. Imagine if your team die right now and you lose the game. You're going to be like, oh, I could have actually stayed alive there. I really could have stayed alive. Going through. You know, you get quite fortunate, I have to say. That guy trolled. He just had to look at you, that cut there. So, good stuff from you, though, to get the kill. That's all that matters. Again, equipment. Now, one thing I will say is, based on what we learned earlier, right now, the pistol. I think, honestly... Before I flood in the hill right now, this is what I'm personally doing. I'm chucking a stun in, and I'm going with my pistol. I think going with an AR here is just very risky. I think right now you're more than likely to lose this gunfight, but fair play, you actually win it. So, good shots from you. Good stuff there. I will say that I personally would use a pistol. The trades go in. It gets mixy. Somehow your team survived that. I don't know how. I really don't. You go through. Now look what you're doing now. Oh my, how do you guys win this? So what you're doing now is not okay. They need 1 second. You should be sprinting at the new hill. You watching this cut right now? Think about it. You can't win on this hill, right? You need to be sprinting. There is zero reason to still be here, okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now again, they just need to be on the... Wait, how did they not win? Okay, wait, what? Yeah, so right now, they should have won the game here. You guys trolled. They should have won the game. But I don't know how they didn't. The point is, they should have had the cuts right now. This is my point with the lobby. Like, the fact that they didn't kill your teammate there is just crazy to me. But fair play. You guys absolutely clutched up. Went insane. You hold it, and you guys win it. Fair play. I think they completely trolled that, to be honest with you. I think they trolled that. But you can only beat what's in front of you, so fair play.
I did throw a tag before I rushed in.
Yeah, no, that's exactly, man. You did your thing there. But, yeah, I was just saying, like, earlier on, like, right there, if they push out a teammate on the hold, it is what it is. But right now, with 15 seconds left, you just have to rotate. Because against a good team, yeah, they're going to have 4 people rotate to P3. They're going to have 4 people set up here, and they're not going to let you in. So right now, with you not rotating, you're actually leaving your teammates in a 2v4 right now. He actually dies. I can't believe they choked. Like, think about it. They should have a 4-man setup here. But for some reason, they had no one there. I don't even know what they were doing. But look, right, you see how you're watching the old? They have to rotate here. They're not going to go old, right? So you need to be gone already. You should have been rotated already, in my opinion. Again, you get fortunate, you go through. I like the stun grenade, but they should have won that. You actually end up stunning your team, I think. But you get the kill anyways. But yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. And that is how I think you can rotate effectively in hardpoint, whether it's a solo queue, as a team, all that good stuff. Hey, thank you for letting us use your gameplay. Chat, make sure to show him some love. Drop some W's in the chat for my boy right here. Thank you very much.